Hello and welcome. Today is the 6th day of August 2017. My name is Derek and welcome. In this video, technical analysis on ArtByte, ABY. Go over some of my trading strategy, how I've been trading this, my entry position. Well, this occurred right in here. This is a hourly time frame just before this thing broke out, and oh, did this thing ever go hog wild today. So I bought here because of the situation, which it went higher, came back down to the support level, was lifting up, breaking out past the 18 average of high. So I thought, yep, good time to buy. It went through this little bit of a declining period where I ended up losing out on over a 10% move. But of course, markets go up, markets go down. And I'll show you an idea how I like to buy and sell, and I'll show you the ABY right now. And there was a buy, 156, the one I mentioned on August the 4th. I put a sell order, and notice how this is normal for me. I'll buy at 9:21 at 20 seconds in the morning, and then the sell order is filled a minute later. And then I don't hear anything about it until a buy or sell order comes in. And what 179 was a sell order, the buy order was closer to 100. So neither one of them would come through. And then this did. Now I only sold a very small amount of what I bought, and I had tokens from before. So I just added to my position when I bought. And then what happened after I sold this at 733, I put a new sell order in at 745 for much higher at 296. And it sold at 914. So I put a seller in at 919 for 399. It hit, and it hit at 948. So this is how wild the markets are moving. Over 100-point move in about a half an hour on the 300. So that's 30%. Boom, just like that. And of course, just 10 minutes later, it goes up to 588. And this was a sell order from way back when that actually hit. So after I sold at 399, I'm like, well, I don't need to put a new one in because I'm already covered for that one. So then the buybacks. 588 bought back at 461. And you know what? I should have went lower. So be it. The 399 bought back at 361. The 361 sold again at 415, which bought back again at 322. And the 296 bought back at 240. So that's the basic idea of how I basically trade really almost everything. So my 179 sale, well, that baby is, it's lower than my 156 buy. Let's just put it that way. Now we take a look at this chart on the 30-minute time frame. We're like, okay, look at this, all this nonsense in here. Then boom. It's almost what a normal chart looks like on a linear fashion or not a logarithmic, and then it goes much higher. But no, this is what it really does look like on a logarithmic level, meaning it had normal size moves you would expect over this 30-minute period, and then it just got much higher. But even look at just a random regular candle like this one in here. The low is in at 300. The high is almost 330. That's about 10% in a 30-minute time frame. And just look at these little bounces from highs to low. You go from 320 up to about 430. That's over 30%. And just now, this little push at about 220, now up to about 275 plus. That's over 20%, and it hasn't even yet arrived to its 18 average of lows. So the volatility movements are extreme. The volume is going to be very noticeable when I display, well, better charts than this, because the daily chart here is just awful. And it seems on TradingView that it just can't handle this 100 number on its logarithmic fashion. This is not how it looks at all. Not even, it's just terrible. So let's just put a Bittrex chart on. No 18 average. We can see, though, that it was resisting the 18 average of highs. It has broken higher. We definitely expect this level of resistance to be a key area for possible support. So despite the fact that it's down over 50% just in a matter of a few hours from its highs, doesn't mean it's in the rollover stages. Hence, of course, that's the last place that it came from in here, and it's also where the 18 average of highs would be about. So here we have the Bittrex daily chart, and yeah, this is the stuff that happened. And well, since March, it made a very beautiful pattern of substantially quite a few higher lows. Then it comes back down with a decent sized correction. So it needed one from this point. Every correction it had was small or short term. So a more longer term correction as the altcoins and the whole community has been going through. And now this thing having its rise on this extreme volume, which basically means one of two things for me. It either means the start of the next big rally that's going to take place, and thus we're going to see whatever pattern of higher highs and higher lows, something like this, that would ultimately break this resistance and well exceed such. So that would be the first case scenario. And the second one is key tops. And thus, that would mean a significant break below this and testing some areas much further lower. Let's take a look at this on the weekly time frame now within the Bittrex chart. Okay, this is the weekly. I actually just sold some at 298 during the brief period of flipping over this for the daily and the weekly. So I'm going to shorten it out and just show you, okay, if I sell at 298, where do I want to buy it back? Because that's what I want to do. And, well, within this, we can see, of course, the higher volume in here, higher than this previous volume. I think that should be a positive indication, but, of course, time will tell. As far as some key areas, this, of course, a key support level. But if there's any deeper pullbacks, you'd have to think somewhere around here. But overall, I think it's a very bullish looking chart. Over around 2 years of going sideways within this range, it has now finally broke out. It has held it thus far, and it looks like it's about to leave from within. So now let's take a look at this quickly, very short term. And I could use TradingView on the 3-minute time frame for this. So I just sold now at 298. So where do I want to buy back? Well, you know what? This thing is not necessarily in the most bullish of markets. It might keep going higher, and I got sell orders in place, but I'm probably going to want to do somewhere around a matching low back in here. Yes, it's more probable that I can hit here, but this is just not too great of a gain. And you know what? Some could even state, I'll actually have to, I'll think about it. It's either going to be, I'm going to buy it here at around 220, or I'm going to stick it in at around 185. All right then, so just wanted to go over my ideas, my basic strategy. Hopefully it could be informative to some people. And thank you for tuning in and watching this video. Bye-bye.